Okay, and I'm just going to check the.
Yep, there we go.
And there we go. We are live and cooking. 720.
Oh, you got the old Inferno.
Ah, yeah, Soul Inferno backdrop because gotta love a bit of legacy. Has it? However, it has not changed the bit I was trying to. Sad. Orca opening up a good can of. I assume that's Coke there.
Nice grape soda.
Going to play some random, no copyright music I found on YouTube a whole 5 seconds ago.
Ooh, tasty.
Trying to balance volume right. So, I do need to figure out how to change this stream title. Do I not have a editor or anything? If not, I will have to. Well, this is some funky music. So, we've got Reapers versus Voltron coming up shortly. It's going to be a very interesting game with the Reapers just having played Partisan and won 3-0 with the total score at the end being 30 plays 22, I believe. That was done with very quick maths in my head though. 30 plays 21.
That's pretty close. Partisan's doing very well for a newer team.
Yes, 1 second, I believe. Yep, the score for the last game there is actually inputted incorrectly. I'm looking right now on the stream and it confirms it to actually be 5 rounds for Partisan on Dust 2, so it was actually 30v22. Whoops.
Hold on, let me reposition my mic.
This is going to be quite interesting because I'm not going to be able to watch chat as well from here.
How am I sounding now, Rocket?
I mean, sounds good enough to me. I will ask Simmer to I've asked Simmer. We should get a notification for when they are going live, so we shouldn't miss it. Because having to constantly watch Pav TV waiting for it is a bit much.
Hope they don't play Office.
I think Voltron might actually lean to picking Office. With Reaper's performance on Office just now and going 10-8 against Partisan, Voltron might think they've got a pretty good shot at beating them on that map, considering Voltron do like Office and
Yeah.
Partisan, albeit they are a good team, Voltron is a better team, so
Yeah.
it doesn't exactly give Reapers much help, shall we say, against them on one of their favourite maps. Will be interesting to see which players are actually played by Voltron.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird time of day for them to be playing.
Yes, we've got a lot of West Coast players as well, so with it being
Yeah.
12 well, noon at the west coast and 3 in the afternoon at the east, we should see a fairly mixed bag of people. And the focus will be on, is Raz going to be here?
Yeah.
Voltron's unstoppable killing machine, is he going to make an appearance? I mean, Voltron can play very well without him, however, when he's there, he's just the added bonus for cherry on top. He just goes around demolishing people with that AK of his.
Yeah. I feel like they have a lot more confidence when he's playing with them as well.
Yeah. Also, will be interesting to see if there's any change in the lineup that the Reapers were fielding. Really, they could swap out for Yermu or Natch, seeing as neither of them played, and they were playing with Smog, who is a ringer. So it will definitely be interesting to see if Smog is still present in this game, or if he has finally retired back to the nice couch that the ringers live on whilst they are waited to be called upon. But yes.
Has Brainslug played any other games?
I'm not too sure.
Because I know he's on their roster now.
He is definitely on the roster. Sorry, I am trying to. I'm trying to find the channels you edit bit in OBS to allow me to change that stream title. However, it seems like I am inept and can't do it. So dashboard channels you edit. Dashboard. I assume it's got to be here. I can't find it. Sad times. Okay, so I got a soon off of Simu for starting and letting me know of map bans and whatnot. We should get them in before the game. Map bans, I would anticipate Voltron possibly banning Dust 2. I mean, really looking at the games played, Reapers have got most of their games in on Dust 2. We've got 8 played and we've got a 50% win rate on it and a 49% round win rate. So they seem to be a good 50-50 on that map, so Voltron will possibly ban that out in favour of taking them on one of their less experienced maps, such as Inferno or Mana, maybe even JMS.
Yeah, they'll probably throw JMS if it's not banned.
Office, though, is one of these Reaper's next most played map. They've got 6 games on there and a 67% win rate. Looking over at Voltron, however, their most wins actually come off other maps that aren't in the map pool, with 7 other maps played with a 100% win rate. However, I do believe that will have been from the Unicorn Holders match they played, which they won 3-0 and a forfeit from Yakuza. Don't know where the other, well, the other map came from. Other than that, Dust 2 is their next strongest map, then GMS. So GMS looks a very likely pick to see if we don't see it banned.
So Reapers are home, it looks like. So yeah, I'm expecting either Office or JMS from Voltron.
That would sound about right. Maybe even both if neither of them are banned. Voltron do excel in close quarters combat, especially out shooting people close range is one of their strong points.
Yeah. They tend to favor the AK, which definitely goes for that playstyle.
I'm still looking for this way to change things and still can't find it. We do not have a match up yet, nor have I heard anything else back, but it should be... Oh, Comp Manor. Actually, we are live 3 minutes ago. I completely missed that.
Oh, wow.
We are loading in now. Manor. Very interesting pick. We may have actually missed the first round there with that. I thought I'd be told when they were starting.
Yep, we missed pistol.
Okay, we are in. And it would seem Reapers have taken pistol round, and there is no sound because I turned the sound down.
Just Kiwi left.
You are a little ahead of me. You are actually like half a round ahead of me. That's interesting.
Try to dial it back.
So, Morty desperately trying to take people down with 1911 and just not being able to find the hits to kill. Yermu has been subbed in for, well, he's taken the place of a ringer. Kiwi trying to get Glock kill, but Glock's against armor. Doesn't particularly go well and he gets taken down. Scores, currently it's Gunner and Tum pulling out ahead. Snarfo not yet off the mark and Kiwi not yet off the mark. Standard defense coming in here from Voltron, and it looks to be an A hit from the Reapers. Pickle's going to have seen them, and he's going to smoke. Pickle, a left-handed player. That's something you certainly don't see all too often. Reaper's really getting stuck here over at Obelisk and not being able to find a way out. Snarfo trading with Kiwi. Empad's now coming in and catching the rotate, and Pickle peeks out and takes Simu. Tum and Yermu now trying to make it across to B, trying to get this bomb down. However, Empads has already cut them off. Tum will see him though, however, we've got to cross past him. He does go down, but he did get the bomb carrier buying time. And Yermu trying to swap it back out and go around to air. However, Pickle did not hear him. He should get away with it. Chris is running over towards A now, though. He has expected it. Yermu's made it through Obelisk and onto site. He can get the plant there.
So where are you at time-wise?
1 minute. I'm still in the previous round to you, I believe. Yermu takes out Chris, but goes down to Pickle. Currently, I will be watching Pickle defuse the bomb. I'm on round 2, 46 seconds.
Alright, yeah, I'm about 20 seconds ahead of you.
Ah, yikes. Sad there is not a way to pause this.
Yeah.
So, Pickle getting the defuse, getting the guns. Exactly what his team needs to come back to after the pistol round loss. Simu looking a bit strapped for cash there, however, Yermus should quite easily be able to buy him in, and I've seen an AUG bought that somewhat worries me. Yermu favouring the AUG, AUG burst actually being the fastest firing assault rifle in Pavlov. And it looks to be a B hit this round. Nades going in over Avo seem to have faked Voltron out. They are pulling back, and that might be critical. However, it would seem that Reapers are waiting a little too long, and the fake might be seen. It's very slow around this. Simu's slowly pushing towards B. He is seen by Empads, and they do exchange fire with Empads hit. Tum and Gunner pushing in. Tum taking sight. Seeing Empads gone sandwich. Empads taking down Simu despite being on one hit. Tum now on site with the bomb. He should be able to get this down. I mean, he's got to go straight for Empads. Tum now, 1v4. And taken down by Morty. Morty coming in there, getting Yomu and Tum. And this shows how disciplined Voltron are. After getting a little bit of money, they've already got clippers. They're really not pulling any punches here.
I think I'm just gonna watch your stream. I can't get it to sync up.
Rip. Empads with 5 kills. Currently got the most kills in game. Team looks fairly even split amongst the teams actually at this point. Can't see any differentiation. Okay. A push coming in now by Reapers. Gunner getting in position for a brilliant flash, however, no one there to push in and capitalise on it. And Chris coming in with that headshot. We'll go down to Tumvo, who now has a clear line on sight. Yermu getting pickle with that AUG, and I'm actually just interested to see this. Yermu making that AUG work. However, does get taken down by Empads after a double kill. Empads throwing the AUG out the map after figuring out he'd picked it up. Classic Empads. That will be another round to Voltron though, and Voltron are showing their strength now from these rifle buys. Reapers do
Reapers are on very low utility here.
Yeah. Reapers though still managed to get a decent economy in this buy. Looks to be an air push again. Chris is late to site. In fact, there is no one properly on air site currently. If the Reapers heavily pushed it. Pickle getting Simmer with a grenade early doors though. That is big. That's probably going to give him a round having it this early. Chris again with another beautiful headshot. However, does go down to Yermu with the AUG. Voltron are now wrapping around the Reapers though. And Snarfo goes down in the manor. They have been seen, and bit of friendly fire there from Tum shooting Yermu, and Yermu then getting taken down by Pickle, and Tum just getting pincered. Voltron are really good on these rotates, really strong on.
Throwing the AUG again.
Yeah. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. The AUG's a good gun if you can use it, but I can't use it.
No.
The Reapers have a strange affinity to the AUG. It all started with Mr. Pink, I believe. Save round coming in here from them. They're working towards B with one player towards A. Empads and Morty just clearing them up. Is Empads going to spot Empads getting knifed though, however, Tum knifing Yermu. Whoops, there goes that money. 2 knife kills in such a short space of time, just one was your own teammate.
Yeah. The one time the knife actually works.
Yep, the one time the knife works and it's on my own teammate. Classic Pavlov. So, the Reaper's taking the inside of Manor. This is fairly interesting. Pickle getting some utility in there. However, taking a rather artillery strike approach just to throwing it all in. Kiwi just the other side of his wall to where Tum is. Tum can see him through the wall and he will get pre-fired for that. That was a rather unfortunate mishap due to play models there. Tum getting Chris and it's a 3v3 completely evened up. Voltron favour towards B, Pickle taking the mana control and getting Tum down. Snarfo taking down 2, and it's just Empads left. Bomb down in the middle of mana, and Snarfo now has it. Simu there shooting did give Empads the info. Him not choosing to go straight onto site there may have just saved Snarfo from getting caught out, but it doesn't. He goes down, mistaking Simu for the Empads. 1v1 now.
Yep, bad communication there.
Empads just running down the clock, knowing he's got clippers as well, so he doesn't even have to challenge if the bomb doesn't immediately go down. Bomb is down and Empads gets the kill. Nice spray control there. He's going to have plenty of time to grab the gun off of Snarfo's body as well and defuse using the clippers.
Surprised he didn't use his flashbang there.
Yeah. Well, Empads is probably feeling quite confident he can just aim duel people at the moment.
Yeah.
Empads as aim is really quite good, so. Oh, thanks for fixing the title, Shadow. I couldn't work out how to do it. Orp coming in from Kiwi. This is what he's known for.
Kiwi and Chris got a double op setup.
Yeah, rapid fire Orp setup is hard to get through. Lots of utility coming in from Reapers here, however, it's not really aimed at anything. It just seems to be throwing it for the sake of, but one of them does seem to have found Empads, who is now quite low sat on site. Can we get round to Empads? He's holding quite aggressively as well for that health. He's gonna go down. That was a very aggressive peek. Morty being caught out in the middle of the water. However, he has Chris with the AWP. Pickle coming in with a flank and clearing up. Snarfo left on his own. And going down to Chris with a beautiful quick scope. Yeah, that fell apart quite badly there for the Reapers. Failing to push for site and capitalise on the early picks they got really cost him it there. 7-2, scores some doors at half times. Morty pulling out 10 kills. Kiwi lagging a bit behind the rest of Voltron players, and for Reapers it seems Yermo and Tum are a bit ahead, and it just seems a bit all over there at the minute.
They really needed some smokes for that beat take.
Yeah, they're going for an A push now. Kiwi finding Snarfo, and Empads going straight for a bomb plant, not properly clearing site. Tum is still on, however is found by Morty. Going quite aggressive here, Voltron are there, getting very confident just to push out there at the end. Gunner on his own. Can't seem to find the shots onto Chris. Chris swapping to the 1911 after a revolver and taking him down. Almost seems as if the Reapers are tilting a bit at this point. Gunner should have really had Chris there.
Yeah.
8-2. The next round should in theory be an easy Voltron round. Reapers are staying disciplined though, not buying too much in despite of having to take to the last round. We know how to maximise the best chance of winning. It's going to be an air take again. Plenty of flashes coming in there from Pickle. They're not checking the corners though, and Tum gets a knife onto Chris. His second knife kill of the game. In fact, no, his third knife kill. One, he had his teammate as well. Snarfo taking down Empads too. I never thought I'd see this many knife kills in a league match. Simu and Yermu, good teamwork there from the two Finns, taking out Kiwi.
Great save round so far.
Yeah, they've really maximised. Oh! Brilliant shot on Morty there from Simu. However, Pickle gets him whilst he's getting a gun. Very well played there. From Pickle reading that he'd be trying to pick up an M4.
Yeah.
9-2. Morty, Pickle and Empaz really making a hit. Everything... Reaper's got to throw everything they can at them now. Looks to be a hit again. We will watch from Tom's perspective what he does. Tom trying to get smokes down. He's caught massively out of position and goes down. Pickle getting Gunner and Yermu. However, goes down to Simu. Simu trying to push back to his site now and he's been spotted by Kiwi. Chris holding a close angle and getting taken down. Snarfo getting M-pads and pushing side. Kiwi goes down too. 1v1. Bomb timer ticking down. Simu barely got any health left. Can he do it? Can he clutch the round for them? Morty staying disciplined while using the smoke and takes him down for a 10-2 victory for Voltron. Just as my Pavlov decides to shut itself down. Whoop. And we're going. So, at the end of that match, we saw. Sorry for the instant shutdown, so it was Gunner and Tum doing most work. In fact, I will go straight back to music. It was Gunner and Tum there doing most of the work for Voltron, for Reapers, whereas on Voltron you'd got Chris, Morty, Pickle, all making big hits. They were really well defended there. Reapers there, again, as I said, if any of you were there for the cast of their match against Partston, utility-wise, they need to work on that. They're just throwing their utility and hoping it does something rather than thinking about where to place it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw with their attempt at a B take as well, I believe they threw smoke over to A to fake it, and we saw the Voltron players begin to over-rotate. However, they held off and didn't attempt to to flash and use some more smokes to get through with smoke Voltron had put up, and because of that, the A fake was saw through. Okay, what's wrong?
Do we know what the next map is?
We don't, and my Pavlov is being weird. Okay, Pavlov has now returned. Okay, and we are back in Pavlov. Oh, also, very interesting to see from Voltron's side that double AWP setup.
Yeah, they made good use of it though.
Yeah.
3 kills for the ops, I believe.
Yeah, Chris, quick scoping like it's Modern Warfare 2, just taking their entire team down. The AWP as well being really strong at the minute with if you can rapid fire it. That's all obviously going to change with the upcoming beta and the AWP being nerfed in favour of being replaced with the 50 cal one-shot sniper rifle. We don't seem to have another match yet. I am refreshing looking, but Yeah, Voltron though are doing pretty much what I expected of them. Reapers against Partisan were making mistakes. When you watched that game, and you could see that if they played like that against Voltron, Voltron were going to punish them for it. Voltron having a lot of very strong shooters as well.
Yep.
You can't afford just to run in against Voltron guns blazing. They will outshoot you if you do that, especially on T side. Reapers did take first pistol round though, albeit we didn't get to see it. They definitely did take it. We will gaze upon the nice Inferno air site in the meantime. I see a couple of comp Infernos have gone up.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
Another thing to note as well is the flanks Voltron were being allowed to get on the Reapers with rotate. The Reapers just weren't covering them adequately enough. They need to smoke the flanks when they're pushing sites. And
Yep.
even after dropping the smokes, there are a couple of rounds I noticed where I'm pretty sure Pickle rushed either just around the smoke or even possibly through smoke into the enemy team and just shot them straight in the back. I'm pretty sure, yes, the new 50 kills you no matter.
Oh, it's office.
It's office. Can you see it? Yep,
Yep.
we can. No demo found, which means we're trying to load into it too quick. Right, you ready to hit live?
Yep.
Okay, go. Okay, so I will now drop the cringe music that I found.
I'm at 0-5.
Okay, I'm they've just buying in now. 0.
Yep.
I'm at 0-10 now. Are you ahead or behind me?
I'm like 5 seconds ahead.
Okay, this should be better than last
not
time.
Too bad.
So, Reaper's looking towards a take this round. However, Simu has gone in the window all the way over. Kiwi sighting Gunner, getting the info. Good use of flashes there by Pickle to avoid a straight up push. Interesting how Voltron are playing this A site quite aggressively here. Kiwi
is very aggressive in mid.
Yeah, Voltron really trying to be pushing the advantage that they've got, with most of them being very good shots. Snapper managing to take Chris out, and Voltron players pulling back away from A now, in despite of one Reaper member still being down there. Yermu and Simu, the two Finns, pushing together towards B site. An advantage here they've got is they can fire through that wood with their deagles. They can shoot straight through. Yermu with the 2 1-deags, taking him out. Snarfo going for the knife on Pickle rather than just shooting him dead, possibly just cost for the round there. That was a very questionable play.
On the first round, so
yeah.
No point in doing that.
Tom finding Kiwi, but Kiwi's just got his spray control right and takes him down. Yeah, that was very questionable decision from Snarfer. Very should have shot him straight in the back. However, Yermu, them 2 1-deags were just... whew, they were nice. Sad to see the Reapers no longer have Doping, who was for a very long time the undisputed best player with Deagle. The man was unstoppable with that thing. Voltron pushing their anti-eco advantage to the max with some SMGs, whilst the Reapers attempt to sneak round to B site. Which looks to be working for them. It's going to be Empads who will probably cop for first contact. However, he does have an MP5 which will melt them. The MP5 takes about 0.3 seconds to kill whilst you have no armor. However, MPADS has pulled off sight now. Pickle and Kiwi trying to find people at air. And Chris watching the mid. MPADS and Morty though, they're about to find them on air. On B even. Simu gets Chris. And Morty pushes onto site.
Clips, but then pushes in aggressively.
Morty with 2 headshots very nicely. And takes the site and Tom the bomb planter runs through, missing the bomb site. So the Reapers failed to get the extra cash for that. However, now it's the first full buy round. Again, interesting buy. AUG coming in from Yerman. We saw him work it quite well in manner with that weapon, but I would say
hard to justify it for this map.
Yeah, it's still not as good as the M4, albeit it is cheaper.
It just really suffers at close range.
Yeah, which is where a lot of this map's battles are fought.
Yeah.
Chris and Simu, trying to get some shots into each other. However, it seems like neither of them can land. Kiwi has pushed out fairly aggressive in this air hold, and the Reapers are waiting back towards their spawn. However, Voltron's staying quite well disciplined here and not over pushing. They're just holding what they know they can and waiting. Gunner here is going to have to check this close angle against Chris.
Ooh.
Gunner goes down to Chris. Should have kept his aim up there and not tried to sprint away. Tom does get Kiwi over at Ava. MPADS with a nice flick up there against Simon, who had his gun already up. And now it's just down to Snarfer. Snarfell managing to find 2.
Nice spray down. Oh. He was trying to pick up an AK. He's
been knifed. Oof. That stings. No.
Did he run up?
He pulled it out and stabbed him in the back.
Wow.
Chris, the stealthy boy, managed to get behind him there. Very nice work from Chris there. However, again, Voltron, that hunt at the end cost them quite dearly. As you can see, Pickle's economy is now pretty low for that. Looks like Reapers are going to execute a very strong B tape this round, so we're going to go over to MPADS and watch him, seeing as he's the prime B site player.
Someone got a nice entry on Morty there.
Yeah. Nade coming in there from MPADS. He had it out, takes out Simu, and manages to get Tom with a grenade. That was brilliant there. Chris finding a nice headshot onto Gunner, and Voltron are really shutting down this B site push. Chris going down to the UMP though. It's quite interesting. Snarfo's done quite well today with the UMP, in despite of the gun's somewhat mediocre stats, and Yermu finding a nice 1D. Snarfo frantically looking around to try to find where the shots are coming from, but just can't find it. And Kiwi lures Yermu out into Pickle. Brilliant teamwork there from the 2 of them.
Peak to take there.
Yeah. Well, in fairness to Yermu, he knew realistically, or what he could do was try and push and get the kill.
Yeah.
Because at that point, if he didn't kill Kiwi, they were both just going to wait, group up, and come in on him at the same time. And even with even with best of wishes in the world, you can't kill 2 people in quick succession with Deagle.
Looks like they're setting up toward A this time.
Yep, Snarfo's taking point, man. He's gonna see Pickle, or not, and he's gonna eat a nade. Pickle getting this utility in and Kiwi, taking him down. the mortar strike tactic in Pavlov is very strong at the moment, with the grenades dealing so much damage and being able to buy so many of them. Pickhole lowering his gun as he peeks, costs him half his health. Tum cashing in that damage on Pickhole. Kiwi, pushed very aggressively, has been cornered and taken down, and it's 3-3. Chris holding the corner with his AWP. Misses the shot onto Tum. Then finds it. Angle was a bit too close for him to hold there. Yermu flashing and pulling back. 35 seconds on the clock. If you want to rotate, we've really got to try and do it quick. And Gunner goes down trying to get onto B site. With Yermu all on his own now, his best bet's probably just to find guns and save.
Yeah, this is not the weapon for a 1v3 clutch.
And Chris takes him down with the AWP. Chris is going to be quite hard to dislodge out of mid with that AWP. Reapers are going to have to use utility if they want to take any sites.
Yep, and they don't have too much of that.
Looks to be a B attack this round. Gonna throwing a nade towards Chris, however managing not to find it. Tum managing to get past Chris. Morty does manage to take Tum down. And the push into B has begun. Empads getting taken down at B. Morty, 2 more kills. And Reaper's trying to quickly get bomb down. However, Morty flanking, and Morty with a 4K that round, was that? Man's unstoppable. Looking at the scores, very even over on Voltron, 7-7-7. Seems to be going to be the lucky game this game. Over on the Reapers again, quite even. Gunner just doing a, not seeming to be able to connect them kills as well as everyone else, but it's pretty dire at this point. Simu taking very risky fight with Chris with the AWP. Seems to be a setup towards B, however, there has not been a proper commit to site yet. Empaz getting Snarfer with a nade, preventing that B push, and then flashing and shooting Tum through the smoke. Reaper's already down 2 players, and only a little bit of health has been taken off of Chris. Yermu now pretty low himself. Empaz managing to get Yermu before going down to Soma. Gunner did have the crossfire on him there as well, and Kiwi takes out Gunner, leaving Simu in a very precarious 1v4 situation. And Chris quick scopes him to take him out and end the round. 7-0. Reapers really struggling to get anything done here on this T half.
Yep. They've also all died every single round. I think maybe once they're down to a 2v4 or 1v4, they should be looking to save.
Yeah, well, I mean, even that 5v3 there, when Yermu took so much damage, it was 1 hit off dying. Saving should have been thought of then. Seems to be a setup towards B again. Gunner trusting Tum with his life there and push, and going for an aggressive flank. Is he going to find Morty? He is, but it's going to be a trade. Kiwi now in an AWP as well, coming in. Sees Snarfer trade with Empads, and now knows they've got B site. 2v3.
In favor, though.
This looks like it could be the Reaper's first round. Pickle coming in with a flank though. He's gonna catch Simmer with his gun down. Tum tries to take the peak and dies. And Yermu gets Kiwi before he can AWP him. Even then though, we seem to see a miscue in the communications between the Reaper's players, with Yermu actually flashing Tum there. The Reapers really need to get this last round if they want to have any chance of coming back. Snipe duel in the middle favours Chris, with him taking Yermu down. This is an American server, therefore Yermu should have probably had a second thought about trying to AWP here. And now with it 3-5 will be in last round, it's going to be a hard push for them to take site. Tom and Chris trading, Empad's taking out Gunner, and now it's all down to poor El Snarfo. Voltron playing very disciplined and not pushing them too hard here. However, Pickle has flanked. And he will find Snarfo and take him down.
Yep, too many angles to check there.
Yeah. It's nice there to see that Voltron only had one person push out, rather than everyone trying to go hunt, because that's how you quickly end up in a situation where a 1v4 changes into a 2v1 and then people start getting worried and make mistakes. Looks to be a B push here from Voltron. I moved at the wrong time. It's going to be Simu trying to hold B site on his own with the Deagle. He is flashed and has to fall back. And Kiwi, there's just no stopping him with the Glock. He's coming straight in, taking him down. And in a hail of bullets, everyone's going down. And Morty with a double kill there. I think that was 2 people in one burst, gun around the Yermu. Close range, the Glock is just devastating. Reapers now having to force in on this last round. I anticipate Voltron's just going to go for a B take and just abuse the fact they've got rifles to shoot through the bookshelves.
3 people on Voltron have over a 2.0 KD.
Chris getting a nice shot on Tumba. Empad's getting low. They're all getting taken down one at a time. Snarfo coming in with a flank. He's got his knife out. And that's a wrap. 10-1 to Voltron. Oof. So, scores at the end of that. Chris and Kiwi and Empad's really doing a lot. Even Morty. In fact, just everyone on Voltron. You can't fault any one player's performance there. Yeah, Pickle doesn't have as many kills as the rest of them, but he was mainly playing towards A and playing rotates a lot of the time. So
he got a lot of nade damage too. He has many assists.
Yeah, that is to be expected, whereas Reaper's got to get that utility in. Yeah, Static also just made a very good point. Simu having money at the end there and not buying utility. So that was a crushing defeat there for Reapers by Voltron again. Yeah. Voltron really coming out, showing their A game, showing they've got some of the best shots in the league there. The AWP is devastating in the hands of Chris and Kiwi. Really not giving Reapers any chance to get through once they've got ahead of money. The AWP really is a snowball weapon as well, with it costing so much to get it.
Yeah.
The Reapers though, the takes they were trying to execute just seemed shaky. They just throw either no utility or over utility at once, and then just see what we can do. Really, there's again not a lot of coordination. Buying wise, no teams seem to make too much of any economics mistakes. They seem to manage their economies pretty well. Just not much can be said, but the Reapers are just plainly getting outshot. So for anyone just tuning in on this, the current scores are 10-2 for Voltron on the first map. They won Mana. And then we have just concluded Office, which again Voltron won 10-1. So we anticipating the next match. It will be a Reaper's pick, which if we can attempt to guess based on their previous games, without knowing the bans, I'm going to guess Dust 2 and JMS were banned. I would highly expect that. I would expect probably Mirage. I would expect.
Oh no, they're on Dust 2.
We're on Dust 2. Dust 2 wasn't banned. Yep. Interesting. Okay, you ready to hit to live, Kraken? I'm Kraken. Orca.
They're not quite all loaded in yet.
Ah.
Let's see. One more to go.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and we're loading in. Hopefully everyone actually made it back in and that isn't a dead lobby. I will now switch the gold stream back over. And I hear a vote to end.
Yeah.
And Empads takes the entire team out with a grenade. Got to love Empads. Sense of humour that guy has is amazing.
Alright, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. And no demo found. Okay, ready to go again?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Dust 2, so we saw Reapers do well against Partisan earlier, winning it 10-5, not 10-4 as they incorrectly reported. And we are in, albeit a little laggy. Are you seeing this okay, Orca?
Yeah, I'm at 145 now.
Okay, my Pav TV seems to be jumping around like mad.
You need to try to reload?
I think I'm going to have to restart Pav TV. Yeah, just commentate what's happening whilst I quickly give this a good old reboot.
Yeah, Voltron's going for a B take right now. Reapers were all caught off site.
Sorry for this for everyone on the stream.
Kiwi taking down Tum. 3v1. Yuramu the only Reaper left. Oh, nice headshot. Bomb goes down for Voltron. And oh, Impads and Yuramu trade. Yuramu got 2 really nice deagle shots though.
Yuramu's really been waiting for that deagle. Sorry for everyone watching. I don't know what's been happening with my Pavlov. It's crashing left, right, and centre. Okay, we should be back up any second now. Which side's which side's Voltron started?
They're on T side.
Okay, I'm loading in now.
Looks like they're setting up toward A. Pickle headshot and gunner. Pushing up toward car now. Ooh, another headshot for Pickle on Tum. And they're doing a pinch on the site. Kiwi and Impads coming up cat.
Okay, I am back in.
Where you at?
I'm at 120.
Okay, you're ahead of me then.
Okay,
Alright, I'll let
bomb's
you
just
take
gone
over.
down. Voltron's got a very strong air defense here. After taking sight, and Chris finds Snarfell lurking at mid. Two B players don't really look like we're going to rotate off. We know we can't really do anything. All we can do here is hope for exit frags. Pickle looking for them. However, doesn't spot them. Chris throwing a grenade there. That was possibly what I'd say $600 wasted though. And Voltron taking the second round.
Impad's trying to throw some utility to fake it B.
Yeah, smart move there. Doing the good old door spray down. Injures Simu as he crosses. Nade's going in at long and there's a smoke down and Gunner's trying to spray through. Simu did spot Chris on cap there. Tum playing quite an aggressive position on cat and trying to fall back. Lots of utility going down here. Voltron going into CT. Is this actually a B rotor? Yermu getting taken down by Empaz and they are pushing site now. Pickle is on site and he will just not be able to take down Gunner. However, Voltron have figured that B is empty and are now rotating and taking it. Morty taking his time now, just planting a bomb. 6644, 2 double digits. That's a fairly nice bomb count. I can think of a couple of instances in games that I've played where bomb code has actually made a difference. Especially on defusal.
Looks like Reapers are making the smart move here and saving. Gunner's health is very low. Setting up for some exits, maybe.
I think Simon may have seen more either. He seems to have his aim fairly locked onto that location. He did. Gunner peeking with a one-handed M4. That was a very questionable decision.
Yeah, I wonder if he realized he only had one hand on. Or did he have a gun in the other hand?
He's got a gun in the other hand there.
Yeah, that was not a good decision.
Yeah, he should have just sat back there in the indent in the wall and just let Simu tip fight and see if he could get anything. Well, he shouldn't have even been there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's about $5,000 down the drain.
Chris not managing to get an AWP kill on the cross. Gunner having Morty and Pickle stuck here on long. Gunner didn't realise he'd got two there and goes down to Pickle. Snarfer waiting on the corner with a knife. Snarfer, get your gun up, man. Yeah. Yermu trying to get something done with his deagle, however, Kiwi just nades him out. Again, misplay from Snarfo. If he'd got the 1911 out, Pickle was low, he could have just melted him there and then. He was at most 2 shots. Reaper's economy not looking too great, but they have managed to buy in again. Chris watching for the cross. They know only one's a B currently. which could possibly lead to a rotate. However, Empaz is taking short. Pickle finds Gunner on long. Empaz going down to Yermu. However, Pickle can just peek along and take him straight out now. Snarfell not watching CT in an effort to get Chris. However, by the looks of it, Chris is going to get out of there. And Simu's trying to loop round back. Voltron, oh, Morty giving Chris a bit of team damage there and putting him right on the edge. Voltron executed a very nice split there and wrapped perfectly round onto Yermu, who was left alone on site after I believe it was Tom pushed a bit too far. Kiwi's helmet is gone. And Kiwi goes down. Simu is probably too far at this point to be able to defuse the bomb, however he can probably still cause massive economic damage. And maybe even get that AWP out of Chris's hands. However, it looks like he is going to favour saving. Fairly smart decision, he should just be able to run up now onto site and grab the M4, however he's just sitting in pit, playing it safe. Chris did go down there at the end of the round, so that is an AWP lost. However, Chris does have plenty of cash to rebuy it if he wants. Empads has an AWP and swapped it with Chris. Kiwi bringing out the M249 saw.
Love to see it.
The LMG is mounted and he is spraying down mid. All 76 shots until the thing overheats. Never worked out why the overheat shot was at 76. Simu getting a very close trade with Morty there. Yermu very low and all he can do is run as the hail of bullets from Kiwi comes through the door. Tom playing the cheeky spot on air short. And he's going to get M-pads. He wasn't expecting it. That is the bomb down. Tom needs to be calling that in. Chris taking Tom out with his quick scope and Gunner now left to defend there. So 1v4 should easily be able to take this. And Gunner gets Chris, and the Reapers now have their first round. Scores, you can see Pickle storming off. Morty not yet to get a kill. However, after his performance last game, he can have a game off. He was just a monster on Office. Voltron looking to set up at a B hit, which means Simu's going to be the first guy who meets them. However, he does have a grenade in his hand. This could do a lot of damage. Fumbles, gets his clippers and dies for that. Yeah, we're watching from window. There's just too many targets everywhere and he goes down. Pickle pushing to CT. Getting both Yermo and Gunner with a very nice flank.
Yep, very nice positioning. Good crossfire setup.
Yeah, and winning the aim duel against Snarfo there as well.
It's a 4K for Pickle.
Yeah, very well played from him there. Pickle storming ahead out with a KD of 3, going 12-4. He's got 75% of the rest of the kills on the team added together. Empad's getting a nice nade onto Yermu with mid. Looks to be a split. Kiwi's gonna try and push long. Tum is taking up tunnels control. However, the push onto short is here. And Gunner stuck in CT is just gonna get rushed down by a lot of them. Tum and Simon now trying to get any more rounds we can. Trades with Pickle. Now it's on Sim with the 1v3. Should probably save, however, Brown loss is getting a bit dire here. Yeah, at this point personally, seeing what position Empaths was in, I'd have been straight out of her. Dislodging a play from there is hard enough, let alone on your own whilst you don't know where two of the other are.
Kiwi sniffing their own bomb.
Yeah.
Reapers really need to be watching out for these grenades.
Simu getting a nice kill on Morty there at the end. Plenty of grenades going in, looks to be a B hit. Simu was going to have heard them at this point and the flash has come in. But he did flash for himself though. Simu throwing his knife in desperation. As the firefight ensues on B, both him and Tum getting killed. Tum getting 2 kills. Stomping out this B push and now Chris and Morty are stuck in middle. 2v4. Chris getting a nice AWP shot onto Tumbo. He doesn't check his corner and go down for that though.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen someone have health as low as Tum there. And then
Yeah.
he gets headshot with the AWP.
Well, I mean, at least they could be sure he was dead. And he wasn't going to survive on another Nat's health. Chris, doing some revolver tricks in spawn. Reapers look to be sent towards a... Interestingly enough, Empad's 1911 and armor here. Chris getting a very nice revolver kill there. Chris showing great discipline there with his shots and resisting the urge to spam fire, making sure he lands them. Kiwis, however, now here on the flank. Fumbles the reload, however, can still get Gunner, leaving Tum on his own. And them all closing in on him. Pickle goes for the knife. Doesn't manage to get it, but Morty's there to pick up the kill. Two to 8, really not looking good for Reapers here. However, good discipline by them again. They're resisting the urge to force, which would pretty much guarantee them the loss and taking the eco. We're going to have to play to the 9 again. Tum rushing it down mid. It looks to be a B-Turk. Empad's firing straight through the wood on them. That's a nice tactic because it really does ensure that he's in cover. Empads and Morty just melting them there.
Yeah.
Brilliant teamwork between the two of them there. Okay, and full buy round now for Reapers. They've got to take this round. Kiwi with a cross-map grenade. Getting cheeky there. Kiwi playing quite aggressive. And it looks to be the air push. Gonna managing to take Kiwi out. Pickle without a helmet, it seems. Morty spotting Gunner in mid there and Pickle managing to pick up the kill. Morty and Pickle working nice together there, forcing these 2v1 fights. Just letting them melt the team. Morty picks up Snarfo there, and it's just Tum left. And he trades with Chris to end the game. 2-10 to Voltron. Thorough destruction. Yeah. That's all it can be said for that. Kiwi instantly leaving the game at the end there. Must have had somewhere to be.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that was tough. Pickle did really well there. Brilliant flanks. And just great overall team play from Voltron. They used utility quite well, whereas for Reapers, they just couldn't connect the shots, and utility usage just wasn't with them. They were just throwing it and helping it hit.
Yeah. I was expecting that to be closer.
Yes, the Reapers being the number 2 team in EU, would have been a bit closer of a game. However, Voltron just really showing the NA dominance here. Right. Is he around? I will. Okay, 1 second. Try and get a hold of one of the players. Okay, by the looks of it, we should have M-pads there. We'll have one member coming over from Voltron to interview after that crushing victory there against Reapers, winning overall. What was that? 30 to 7, I believe.
Or 30 to 5, maybe? Didn't they only... Wasn't it 10-2, 10-1, 10-2 or something like that?
Either way, it was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, just jump into the Pavlov VRML Discord channels.
Okay.
Haha, I can move people.
Yeah, I'm curious to see Impad's input on what he thinks
Yeah.
might have been the X factor for them, I guess.
I mean, just the gunplay from Voltron as well, they were getting a lot of headshots. It's quite interesting to see how, as this season's progressed, we've seen more and more players switching to the AK over the M4. It seems the skill levels increasing and people are being able to use them AK sights, albeit somewhat wobbly, and scoring them headshots which are far more effective than the spray downs from the M4. Reapers, though, the ping as well, they only had one game on NA servers, and even then that didn't really be a deciding factor. Okay, we're getting M-pads. Apparently he's being forced to do it. Should be interesting. Got to love M-pads. Definitely my favourite Voltron player. Just just nothing to rest. But I just like M-pads. Quite interesting to note from Voltron as well. They did not feel level 3 Mage or Chris. I mean, not or Chris, or Raz, who are two of their very strong players as well.
Yeah, could have just been the time of the day they weren't available.
Yeah, Especially though with that being a crushing defeat for Reapers as it was, if Voltron had put out Raz as well, that would have been. I dread we may have even seen a 10-0 there.
Yeah.
One thing to note as well of in them rounds, pistol round work from Voltron. I can distinctly remember both Kiwi and Morty really going ham with them Glocks and getting the headshots from bursts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's one thing.
Kiwi's very good with the Glock.
Yeah, that sort of Glock spray control was one thing that Reapers didn't seem to have. However, they did make up for it with their use of deagles. Yermu and Simu with deagles and revolvers, getting some strong
Yeah.
hits and damage, but pistol round really. Glock reigns king.
I also think Yermu buying the AUG might have cost them some. It's just not a good weapon.
Yeah, statistically, that weapon just it doesn't compete. Okay, and Empads is here. Hello, Empads.
What's up,
Welcome to the
Empads?
screen.
Hey, thanks. Am I sounding okay?
You
Yeah.
are sounding good. How do you feel after that crushing victory against Reapers?
Honestly, it was, especially after when you're always going to say it was a fantastic game, but especially so after the Phalanx game, we kind of had a bad taste in our mouth after all of that. So it was good just to kind of get back in the roll of things and start to feel confident again.
Yeah, I've got to say, watching you guys play, you seemed a lot more disciplined than Phalanx game. You were really anchoring down to them sites and not going too aggressive.
Yeah, there was a lot of lessons learned, and we're just trying to kind of abide by that. Plus, it helps a lot when your team captain's there and he's kind of giving you instructions on how to play, and it just brings the confidence level of everyone up, and that's really important.
Yeah, anything you thought particularly played well to your success in game against Reapers?
Just kind of a lot of just being aware of a lot of things. I was really happy about. I don't know if y'all saw caught the nade on Dust 2. It only caught Jeremu, but it was from a ridiculous angle. Like I was.
Oh, at mid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a great nade.
Yeah, I was sitting. I don't even know the call out. It's like not even behind B tunnels near spawn.
Oh, that was a really far nade,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, like plateau.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I chucked it and I was like, I got the kill because I hit him earlier with it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get him, and then I did.
Nice.
It wasn't. Go ahead.
I've got to say, you guys had some excellent utility work there as well. Use of flashes and smokes was brilliant, as well as what I noticed yourself doing, particularly on B site just 2 with that AK, waiting to see that they were pushing and then moving behind the box to fire through, so you were managing to suppress them whilst keeping completely in cover yourself. It was a very nice tactic.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was an angle I discovered. I'm sure someone else has used it, but when I discovered, I'm like, that's really cheeky.
Yeah.
You
and Morty had a brilliant synergy on that site.
Yeah, it was really. Mirage to confirm, that's Dust 2. We actually haven't played a lot of Dust 2, so it's really, I think, just playing a lot together in general. I mean, you kind of talk each other through it. Tell them, all right, you rotate, I'm going to stay here, and just have a good teamwork. Is all it really boils down to.
Nice. Anything you think you've learned from that game going forward that you're going to implement into your future matches?
There's more of those cheeky nades is what my focus was on. I'm going to see if there's some more angles I can get in different spots. Because I mean, if you have the extra money, it's really effective. Hit stupid kills like that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if VRML was kind of like, hey, quit chucking nades and stuff across the map. I actually don't know if I'm like trying to spawn kill or not, or if that's.
Yes, the nade meta in Pavlov has gotten quite strong. I do have to confess to in the match yesterday against Rect at one point chucking 5 grenades into second mid on Inferno.
Yeah, it's really just broken. Just because things are what you can do with it. It would be something I wouldn't be against. I mean, it would be kind of disappointing after spending the time learning everything, but something that's weird.
Yeah.
But other than that, and then as most people know, it's taken me especially a long time to learn how to king, how to handle that, because Peeker's advantage and all of that. So you have to be really cautious with how you do that. You don't really want them to put you at advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, because the Reapers were home there. They had two EU servers. You guys were all pinged up for 2 of them games.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge, especially when you're like, at the start of the game, we were like, let's just, Kristen obviously, but we were like, let's just be really hesitant to even use revolvers because of how long it takes to and just guns in general.
Yeah, got to say, particularly Chris as well. His discipline in the last pistol round on Dust 2 there with the revolver, despite of having 3 targets in front of him, he was just tapping the revolver at the exact right speed. He did not panic fire.
Yeah, no, I mean Chris is really an excellent player. He's someone, I mean, he's a little bit worse than me or May, but he's really up there. Skill level.
I mean, you are Empad's god of Pavlov, so.
Yeah, I mean, my name is world known. I mean, not as much as Orca, but it's
yeah.
Up there.
Okay, well, shall we attempt to reach the Reapers for comment, or? In fact,
sure, let's try it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on stream, Empaz. Okay, I've messaged Gunnar, however it looks like he may have gone instantly offline, so I will just drop... Okay, so Simu's also just gone offline. Yikes. I'll send a message to Tom. See if we can reach one of them within the next couple of minutes, else we will say goodbye and end the stream, however. Should be able to at least get one of them.
I think I might try to jump on the beta tonight. See how that full auto AUG is.
The full auto AUG, I ran the stats by it, and it is better than the AK-12, however not as good as the M4.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's interesting to say. The fire rate, though, it's got quite a lot of horizontal spread in it, so I'm not too sure about it. I think it's going to be sort of like how the farmer says, it's going to melt people up close because the horizontal spread isn't really too much of an issue up close, and it's probably actually better to have that than vertical, but the moment you get at range and you need to pull left and right to try and control, it's going to be no good.
Maybe if it stays at the current price point, it'll be a pretty good buy.
Yeah. Also, definitely needs a default iron sight.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't appear like I'm getting any response from Reapers, which is sad. Wait, Kiwi spoke? Okay.
I think it was just a joke. Pringles said, "Can I get a recap of the match? I missed it." Kiwi spoke.
Ah, well, the quick recap would be, I'm pretty sure it was 10-3, 10-2, 10-2.
Let me see if I can pull up Chris's stream if he was streaming.
Either way, just Voltron really making the mark and showing the place. It's going to be interesting to see how the leaderboards update after that. Okay, so apparently Kiwi really was speaking. That is... This...
No, it was 10-2.
Okay, I got a message from Cracker. Okay, so Cracker says he'll ask... Wait, it was 10-2 on what? So it was 10-2, 10-2, 10-2?
10-2, 10-1, 10-2.
Oof. Thought we got one more round from... Well, 2 more rounds from did. So 30-5, that is harsh. Hopefully, well, Reapers have won one and lost one today then, and hopefully that's not putting a dampener on the day, but Voltron, it's really been good for him to get back into the swing of things. Should definitely see them competing well for the championship at the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, Voltron should go up to 1260 MMR if we get lucky after this. Quite interesting having a read of Voltron's recent game history. 30-3 against Oz Army, 24-27 with them winning against Arctic, and then 23-28 against Phalanx, with Phalanx managing to close out that game. But yeah, they've had their ups and downs this season. However, it did have to play against some of the top teams in the first couple of weeks. So
Yeah. I'd be curious to see them go up against Dream again.
very much so as well. Yes, Dream now where Scorch is off doing his thing. It'll be interesting to see if they could defend against Voltron.
Yeah, Phalanx is doing very well. I'm actually really excited to play them.
Yeah. Yeah, MPads is God of Pavlov and my favourite Voltron player, so. I'm not eating anything, I'm just walking around waiting to see if Cracker's going to respond about a match. I mean, I'm going to tell him we're going to end the stream. We've waited 5 minutes and got no response. Okay, well, either way, thanks for watching, guys. That was a brilliant work of art there by Voltron at dismantling the Reapers. However, the Reapers should come back and be looking for vengeance. Hope to see them all in the championship at the end, and that must have been a challenge match considering it was a inter-region, so hopefully we'll see some more of them. Maybe we'll get to see Voltron take on VA, who are currently the best team in EU. That will definitely be a match to look for.
Yeah.
Either way, thank you for watching, and good night. Or afternoon, depending on where you are.